Welcome. Yes, I can hear you, Sandy. Can you? Yes, yes, please. Welcome, folks, to another edition of the Premier Talk. We are here again with another episode of the podcast. This program comes to you on Premier Television Network at about this time. As always, my name is Rennie K, and I'm joined by Josiah Vani Sando, the celebrant who just celebrated his birthday of recent. Sorry, not birthday, who graduated of recent with masters in water resource management. Mr. Sando, are you there? Can you greet our people? We know you are in transit, but can you greet our people?
Yes, thanks so much, Chief Presiding for today. Thanks so much for the compliment. The name remains Josiah Vanisando, current Superintendent Vedon Noda, Uttar Pradesh, India, and also former student of Shada University with Masters in Water Resources and Environmental Management, and also a panelist for tonight's show. Thank you so much for the recognition and a warm welcome to our guests for tonight. We look forward to a warm and fascinating edition and a good moment of discussion for tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. That was the voice of the new celebrant. He graduated from the Shida University with masters in water resource management, right? I stand to be corrected.
Yes, water resources and environmental management.
Very good. He graduated with a master's in water resources and environmental management. That's the voice of Josiah Vani Sando. You're not able to see his face because he's in transit. Trying to make his way home. My name is Rennie K, and I'm joining you from Punjab State, India. And Josiah Vani Sando is joining from Uttar Pradesh. Yes, that's the Noida side. That's the Noida side. We say Delhi NCR for short. Yet. So, Josiah, talk to us. How's the weather condition at your side, and how's the activities running from that side of the capital?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. From my own personal perspective, we are have some unfortunate situation that I received people from Liberia who are undergoing medical treatment here at Shadakia. Or it was unfortunate that the person didn't make it and they just left for Liberia today with the body. How be it? It is God's will, and we are not there as humans to be able to stop what God wants to happen. We are all involved in. But as it relates to the weather condition, as we all know in India, especially for us that are in the capital, we are facing some climate change issue that is high intensity of global warming. So this weather intensity was at 40 for between 40 to 45 degrees Celsius. How be it? The issue of adaptation got to take place. We have to adapt. We have to adapt to the situation and be able to involve as people. So thank you so much. We are doing good here in India or Delhi NCR as you said. Or to be specific, with another Uttar Pradesh, we are all doing well here. And as you all may know that they had the Afro Asian graduation yesterday in the same Greater Northern region where we have people from diverse or states, all of the states in India that came to graduate, especially for Liberians. So today is the after party. That's where we are heading. Albeit there is a mandate, there is an endeavor that we all took. So we have to make up our time. Even at 30 minutes or an hour, we have to kind of give our expertise. Thank you so much
Yes,
for the show.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. A lot of Liberians and well-meaning Africans from all walks of life, different colleges across India, graduated from the how is that convocation? How is it called? Josiah, I don't want to give the wrong impression out there. Funny, are you there? Okay, they had a convocation where a group of Africans come together and then organize convocation because normally the Indians don't glorify convocation, and most colleges, universities out here, their students don't enjoy it that way. So usually, what happens is that African comes together in good numbers to celebrate. Even though there are some questions that were put quote unquote on those who were part of that convocation yesterday, and there are a lot of questions, a lot of unanswered questions that you and I don't have answer to, but we'll leave it to the audience to be the judge of that. However, we want to say congratulations to all those who made it successfully. And we want to say for those who made it partially, we want to say go back and complete what needed to be completed so that you can get your paper the rightful way. Again, the name is Renike and I joined from Punjab State, India. Yesterday, what happened was one of the bigger university on this side in Punjab. They just said number one university in Punjab, that is Chandigarh University, the capital of Punjab State, the union capital, because Chandigarh is being shared by Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab. So it's the union capital. So the union capital, Chandigarh, the university that is here is not it's not a governmental college or university. It is a private university. So they put out graduates yesterday, and as you may be aware, those who are in India and those who are not, Chandigarh University put out graduate two times in June and in July. So yesterday was the first batch of graduates. We want to say congratulations and heads up to all of our friends, family members, and loved ones who graduated yesterday. Those who are waiting for next month, we want to say congratulations in advance. So this is the convocation season, and again, we are here. We celebrate our brothers and sisters from all walks of life who made it successfully, quote unquote. I'm not saying who made it successfully, and they passed through everything to make sure that they get what they have gotten. All right. So I'm gonna stop here, and then I'll give Sano the chance to come in to throw one or two light on the whole entire convocation proceeding. Sano, are you there? You're muted. Talk to us.
Yeah, Chief, you speaking about the convocation for yesterday, or can you bring me up to
Yes,
speed, sir?
the convocation from yesterday, how's the whole entire proceeding there like? Because Liberians will want to know. On this side, to confirm before you come in, Chandigarh University had their official convocation yesterday. They usually have two different convocations. The first one is in June at about this time every year, and the second one is in July for Chandigarh University only. So for that side, what happened yesterday, to provide clarification for those who are watching from outside of India, the convocation, what happened in Delhi NCR yesterday was group of Africans who came together and saw it necessary that they have their their little thing to rejoice and celebrate themselves from different aspects, different career path and everything.
Yeah, so
So we just
thank
want to
you so
talk
yes,
to
thank
both
you so
sides to
much.
shed light on it.
Thank you so much, Honorable Presiding. Uh, Let me say this: that the momentum is high, and for some of us who have been in the corridors when it comes to the academic aspect in India, we all know that the nationwide graduation in India usually takes place around October. So against that backdrop or against this backdrop, we decided as Africans that since the Indians and maybe most Africans or visa expires in early September or late September, so we might not be here for the Indian graduation, or maybe when the Indian national will recognize and be part of the process. And we also have to feel part of the process. We have to share that momentum with colleagues that we share the same classroom, we share the same academic space with, as African or other or foreign national like the Nepali, the Bangladeshi. That's the reason we nickname the entire program as a Afro Asian, because we have African, we have other Asian countries that are in India. Since the people can recognize us, we can come together as Africans, we can come together as people from diverse backgrounds to just share that momentum, to just share that happiness together. and for the 2 years we spend, the 4 years we spend together. So we had a program yesterday at Grand Hotel in Greater Noida, and we had about 500 graduates that came off from both Asia and Africa yesterday, of which Liberia had the highest number of graduates. People came from Gujarat, people came from Telangana, people came from Bangalore, people came from Punjab, Greater Noida, and other states around India to converge together in one accord, in one in unison to celebrate that auspicious occasion that marked that graduation. So it was something momentous, and the leadership of Greater Northern was there, and people from the National Executive Committee of ASI were also present, and everything went well. So today is the after party where we also have diverse or attending people from diverse background. So it was actually good, and it was momentous. Seriously, it was a day to remember yesterday because of all the graduation we've been having around India yesterday. Liberia also pulled out the highest number, and at Shada University on the 20th of June again, this month, that's the last Saturday, Liberia also had one of the highest number of graduates at Shada University, because Shada University is the only institution in Greater Northern Uttar Pradesh that hosts graduation for international students. So thank you so much. And any other question thereof, I'll be here to answer. Thank you so much, Honorable President.
Okay, thank you so much. That's the voice of Josiah Vani Sando. That's our team members. They are joining from Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, NCR. That's the capital of the Republic of India. So let's move past this, Mr. Sando, and let's get to the topic. So today is Premier's talk, and the 28th day of the month of June, and the topic says the brain drain dilemma. Should educated Liberians abroad come home, and under what condition? So what's your take towards that? Mr. Sando, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I thought you were talking with other panelists. Sorry. Uh, you know, the topic on discussion is I don't know how to term it, but how be it due to the very fabrics of our society, that's the fundamental fabric of our society being polluted with people who come out of the country to come abroad and seek quality education. Goes back home, the way they exhibit their attitude and behavior, it makes other people to have that or diminishing thought on some of us that are abroad now that are getting quality education. But then the bottom line is one thing I want people to understand: Liberians on this show, the resilient mindset, young people that are on this show, including the panelists, I want for us to take into consideration is the purpose and agenda of education. Why do we go to school? Why are we going to school? Many people, if you ask this question to many people, they will tell you that, oh, I'm going to school to be able to reach my potential, get a good paying job like I can accumulate wealth, take care of my family, and X, Y, and Z. But for me, I demystify the fact in the sense that, oh, we have one of the strongest economic marks. He said, we go to school to bring change in society. We're not going to school to get rich or to have wealth or to be opulent. Yeah, or to focus on the issue of class system. The reason for which you go to school is to bring in change into society, to serve as agent of change. So due to some of the harsh economic situation in our country, some of us could need in Liberia to get our master. Aside from that, the reason for which you go overseas to see quality education is to be able to bring that in, to make impact in the society, to impact life positively. So I just want to set a scenario on this issue of the brain drain and the need for expertise, because once you come abroad, you gain that education, you are considered an expert. So I just want to set a scenario on the Indians. 10, 15 years ago, India was never even part of the first 10 countries. And you know, when we talk about fastest growing economy, India was not even part of the first 10 or the first 25. But today, in this 21st century, the age of communication, telecom, and ICT, yeah, India is now the fourth fastest growing economy in the world. They now have the fourth largest growing, largest economies in the world. How did India manage to reach this stage, especially when it comes to information and communication technology? We've got the ICT, which is the driving force of the global economy today. It's because the Indians were able to sponsor and send their sons and daughters outside of India to Great Britain, to Canada, and America, to be able to acquire the best quality education that they can get, to come back and develop their country. And the stakeholders, people who were in positions of power in India, they had to make that policy that if Josiah Vani Sando is coming out with a master's degree, he should be able to kind of give back, because it was the society that mold his mind, it was the society that empowered him. So he should be able to give back to society. That principle was set, that policy was set, that if Josiah Vani Sando come, he should be able to give back to Liberia in this area like global warming, climate change, environmental studies, creating awareness, public consultation, compliance. People complying to environmental laws and policy, and that will be enforced. So these are the reasons that people send their kids, or people send young people also to empower them. So for me, I stand on the side of Liberians going back, people Liberians who came to acquire quality education, whether in India or any part of the world, because I'm also the former chairman of the Liberian International Student Alliance, the BISA. That is all Liberian international students studying outside of Liberia. I'm the former chairman who formulated that organization to be able to seek the welfare and protection of Liberians outside, especially for Liberian students, Liberians that find themselves in countries who don't have consulate office or embassy. So I stand on the side of Liberian coming to acquire quality education. After reaching their potential, they should go back to invest in their country, because it's not just the present generation that will ask all questions. It will be the next generation that will ask, Grandpa, Grandma, what did he do for Liberia? What was your impact? What is the foundation that you laid down for me as your grandchild to come and follow? That I will not suffer the way you suffer. That maybe you've been complaining on politicians. So how have you worked with your expertise? Well, how far did he go in convincing like-minded people to be able to bring the change that you seek? Or that you ought to lay down that formidable legacy? So I'm on the side of Liberians come to acquire quality education outside of Liberia and going back to impact society positively. So thank you so much. I think maybe we'll have questions and people may be giving some elaboration on a particular topic. So thank you so much, Chief Moderator. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was the voice of Josiah Vanis Sando, our team member joining from Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, NCR. Again, the topic on our discussion is the brain drain dilemma. Should educated Liberians abroad come home after they should have complete what they went there for, and under what condition? So Josiah Vanisano just made his statement that they should go back home, and he gave a very good analysis as regards to the Indian economy right now. 10 years ago, India was not among the top countries that people look forward to for receiving different types of education. However, in today's communication age, people are now gravitating towards India for cheaper and better educational sojourn. As a result of that, you got the people economy here booming up. So Liberians can do the same. And he also alluded to the point that if and only if we do not go back home, we have a lot of questions to answer Our unborn's gonna answer. Our unborn's gonna ask questions. Nephew, nieces, cousins, relatives gonna ask questions. You went outside. They send you. You had the opportunity. What did you do with it? Did you come back to make meaningful contribution towards the society, or did you sit back in the diaspora and you say you are writing for an exile, or you say people are chasing after you, or you are saying nothing in the country? We always use the phrase quote unquote nothing better in Liberia. And at the end result, we turn to end up doing things that we're not supposed to do, and it always comes back to bite us in the wrong way. So I will move on to ask Sandro the next question. That is, under what condition should educated Liberians return back home? Because saying they should return back home is one thing, quote unquote, but let's state the fact clear that returning back home, there should be a cause of returning back home. Under what condition? What will they be given? What leverage? What opportunity? Imagine someone going back home after studies, being out of the country for 8 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, and they go back, they cannot get job. Then what will encourage others to go back home? Somebody leave the country to come for studies, 3 years later they return back, they have a handsome paying job. Others does not have. Someone leaves the country and come outside, get bachelor and masters. They go back, they cannot have a job. Other leaves and go back and have job immediately. So under what condition, what criteria should be set in place, making sure that educated Liberians return back home successfully and get a well-paying job and looking at their hands-on careers which they decide to pursue. Sandro, you can come back on that.
Thank you so much.
It's all right.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chief Moderator, and I do appreciate the recognition. Uh, Before I go to the point that you just stressed, I just want to elaborate on something, and this is very important, right? Because one thing I want Liberians to know, Liberians under my voice today to know is if you are pursuing a discipline, whether in Liberia or out of Liberia, your focus should not be about accumulation of wealth. It should be about the passion that you create for that particular field. Because if you don't create a passion for a particular field and you venture into that field, that means you can do anything. And that particular decision that you will take, it may harm society or it may harm you, the individual, your family, or society. And as a citizen of a country, anything that affect you negatively, it affects society in that order. Because when it affect you as an individual, it will affect your family, and it affect your family, it will affect the society. Because the family is the building block of society. So we should go into a field with passion. It's not because they say, oh, accountant can work in bank. They can handle money. Now I say, yeah, Rennie, come here too, let go do accounting because I'm money area. Where there are mindset, it will not be able positive impact. It will be an impact of accumulation of wealth. And that's where sometimes this manipulation comes. The financial malpractices comes. And it will harm society so dearly. So to that issue that you are speaking about Liberians coming back home, comrade. You see, another issue that I have pinpointed from this discussion is Josiah have master degree. Before Josiah could leave Liberia, he was a member of CDC. So let me put my camera on for the convenience of the audience, although the place is dark body. So Josiah is going back with a master degree. He should be termed as an expert. Josiah should go again and be singing battle cry for CDC and United Party. United Saga. Should Josiah go back and be singing battle cry for United Party and CDC? Instead of him using his expertise to create or to focus on innovation and creativity. Comrade, we have Liberians in our numbers in India that are doing in the ICT. information and communication technology. But none of them will put him also that have created a website or this app that Librarians can benefit from. Let's come to think of it. Like you have been in Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh as a chief moderator. You use this software they call Bring It, or it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
app, right? You use the
yeah,
app they
yeah.
call
Blink is
Bring It. Yes. Any part of Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh you go, you order on our app. It will come straight to your doorstep. It will come straight to your doorstep because one of the things, as I told you this going or 10, 15 years ago, India never had a kind of infrastructure. But it was because of innovation and creativity. It was because of the minds of Indians who went to Canada, Indians who went to America, Indians who went to Europe. They brought their expertise, they invested in our country. Because the first thing is for you to be patriotic. If you're not patriotic, you're not give back to society. Like man said, like, oh, like brother 1847, like brother go anywhere because of politicians. Politicians have that role to play. You as an independent thinker, you also have your role to play in building society. And that role, you don't just have to be acquainted with politicians. Your expertise you have, you can put it into you to help the country to go forward. But if all of us always time saying the negative about the country, how do we expect the country to go forward? You get a child, you paying school fee for the child, and you tell the child say you now go forward, you never succeed. Where you put your resources behind that child. So patriotism play a key role. And the only way patriotism can for is when you get expertise, you should be able to go back to your country and invest in your country in a meaningful way. Whatever expertise you have, they say small, I know little is big when God is in it. Yeah, so it's not just about the God business, but it's about the actions that we put in the water tower. Yeah, so that's just it. Not to prolong too much of time or bore the people with too much stuff. But we have a lot of thought the show is still on. I will come forward with other explanation, but that mindset because everything starts with patriotism. If we are not patriotic, you will not get back to society. You have to get a patriotic mindset because there are a lot of people in America. In fact, I'm even a contact over Lily called Desire Mo. She's a humanitarian. She went to America since 2001. She have never set foot in Liberia. She don't have any investment in Liberia. Now she want to come back to invest in Liberia only because I spoke with her on several occasions about the need to come back and give to society. So it's not about people coming back with that point mindset of me eating show, me doing this. No. We got two type of humanitarian. We got criminal humanitarian. We got true humanitarian. True humanitarian. Not camera will be showing all over. No disrespect to anybody who been helping people in abroad. No disrespect. But let your impact speak for you. You should not be the one carrying camera to be selling yourself and other things. Where they will know that a business you are doing. But if you are selfless, if you are patriotic, you do it in a way and manner in which people will appreciate it. People will be able to spread new on social media. Say, Chief Rennie, yeah, Rennie have been hosting a show in impacted lives in Liberia. You don't have to be posting for yourself. So thank you so much. I'm still here. Any other discussion point, I'm here. Questions, answer, I'm here, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That was the voice of Josiah Vanisano, our team member there joining us from Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, NCR, Greater Noida to be precise. Um, I'm Rennie K, and I'm serving as your host for tonight's edition of the Premier Talk. The topic on our discussion is the brain drain dilemma. Should educated Liberians abroad come home and under what condition? Um, Sano has laid a basis and told us yes, we should return back home. Not they, we, all of us, because we are all going through the educational sojourn here. We should return back home and we should try as much as possible to see how best we can call on people who are in the diaspora and they went through the educational sojourn correctly. They should go back home to make meaningful contribution towards the society. There's a quote that says, okay, if Liberia would change, it has to start with me. My good friend and brother, Comrade Adini Williams, he knows the quote very well. When we were in leadership school, we used to always say this as our creed. And then we'll always say if Liberia will change, it has to start with me. And then we'll say ordinary, secondary, I refuse to be a better Liberia is possible. Yes, indeed, a better Liberia is possible. When you come outside here, you get the education well deserved and you get it the rightful way, not quote unquote are great. I didn't say those are great. I said those who have graduated and they get the well profound knowledge and understanding for which they came for and honor the condition for which they are here for or whatsoever place they may be. They can now go back home and make meaningful impact to the society. And let me make this clear. This is a public service announcement that I'm making. Let me make this clear. Quote unquote. I don't have problem with you graduating from whatsoever graduation that you're gonna do. What you and myself face problem with is going back home in Liberia or elsewhere and using quote unquote. You know that we have not sat in class before. We never graduated under the same organization or university, whatever it may be, then you come back and say, Rennie and I, quote unquote, graduated together. No, please let me make that clear. So if you're going back to make all of these things here, there, the halu balu, and trying to make yourself complete, even though you are incomplete, then you'll be a problem. I will not come after you. I will not hunt you. I'm not here to beat you. The person you graduate, the person you go to. You can do what you want to do. You can eat your
Hello,
shit, whatever.
Rennie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Yes. So you can do what you're supposed to do. All right. But what you cannot do is trying to split lies and trying to feed the public with misleading information. Then when I come back to other combat and what and tell the public what's going on. All right. So if you get the rightful knowledge and well deserving education, please try to return back home, find a suitable condition, make sure that you make contribution to the society out there, and make sure that if you are here, you got the knowledge well. When you return it back, when they are asking someone where your name, you that get the 4 year or 2 years of studies, you can now ask a question in different format. Like my former vice principal always say, you cannot spend 8 hours in school, 12 years, 6 years, 4 years in very good school and getting the well meaning education that you deserve. And you asking someone who get the education the wrong way where your name, whereas someone who is just going to, they would say, quote unquote, oh, lady plaza. All right, you're asking the person saying where your name, the child who's selling the milk and the cold water, the solid ice cream on the street, they're asking where your name. Then you doing the same where your name. There is no different. Then that means your education is questionable. That's why I maintain if you graduated, fine. You are okay, we are good. But if you grade, I beg you, please, when you're using reference, don't put running name. Yeah, you can use other references. Even if I hear other references, I'm not gonna do anything. It doesn't concern me. Yeah, so I just thought to make this clear, and you can now go back home and you make meaningful contribution. You cannot force your way into anything that you not get the rightful way. There is no illegal way to education. No, my people, you have to go through it. You got to go through the process, step by step, breaks by breaks, precept after precept, line by line, and you will get it the rightful way. Even the door promotion, the promotion, the whole promotion, whatsoever it may be. There are certain people they don't allow their kids to do it because they feel that there are certain information they will be lacking if they jump over certain classes. Mm? So those of you who are privy towards that, you have to look into that light also. So when they send you outside to get the right and a well-defined knowledge and understanding perfect education, please try to go back home. Once you graduate, please go back home and make meaningful contribution towards the society. Don't sit back here with a degree and saying that you want to go elsewhere. Sometimes what can happen is that you can be fighting to go elsewhere, but at the end of the day, if your dream country is say Liberia or you're supposed to use Liberia as a stepping stone to go elsewhere in the coming years, then that means you have to go back. You'll be trying your way. There will be nothing that will happen in other things. So you can do the same. All people been doing it. Even we that here won't finish our study, we have to go back home to make the contribution. We gotta go back to look for a job to work and earn my people. So you can do the same. Liberia is for all of us. Don't leave the country with certain individuals and allow people to make choices and decisions for you that will come and hamper your future, the life of your kids, your family members, and loved ones. So you have to go back and make meaningful impact to the society. This is what we are talking about. This is a very brain drain dilemma. You're confused. You're thinking here and there what to do. Educated Liberians abroad, go back home, please. Educated Liberians who came and got the rightful education, graduated, complete your program, your studies, please go back home. I didn't say grade, I said graduated. Those who grade, you know you didn't complete the thing. Please try and complete it, then you can go back. Until then, you'll continue to have problem for us in the society. Because our problem in today's world is not the educated ones, those not those who are not educated at all but are the semi-educated. Anything that you get it halfway, trust me, you can feel like you get it full, and that's a dangerous one. And nobody want to be in such category. So again, we come again to inform you, to enlighten you, to throw light on these things, so that at the end of the day, you cannot come back and say you didn't get a message from Pronouns Television. Again, we're telling you, there's a big brain drain when it comes to the, and above all, the dilemma there here and there, here and there. So you have to look into it. You have to find your compass. The compass will show you your way, but again, you have to be ready to move. You get a compass, will tell you have to move north, east, west, south, central, but you have to take the bold steps and know what you have to do. When you complete your study, you have to go back home. Please do it. Not everybody can go to Europe. Not everybody can go to America. Not everybody can go the best part of Asia, the Caribbeans, different parts of Africa. Sometimes, again, I'll mention your stepping stone can be Liberia before you get anywhere successful. So again, use the opportunity, get back home, find yourself a job, start living your life. You have already built your career. Start making money out of your career. Like Fuzi Tamegwayo, the venture capitalist and the public speaker from South Africa, you always say, use your talent as much as you can. But if your talent is not what that gives you money, get used to the things that gave you money so that you can have more time to explore with your talent. Okay? So again, Running K here. Nice being here with you. This is a very short and quick one. I think it's the shortest show we have had in a very long time. We're not here for long, but we're just here to let you know that there is a brain drain dilemma, and educated Liberians is not if and but. We have to go back home to develop our nation. The India we are in today enjoying are people who make sacrifices. They send them in Europe. Sando said it. Send them in Europe, America, Asia, to go further their studies. They got back. They started to put things in place. All of the big tech companies nowadays, the managerial roles, most of them are tackled by Indians. Yes, Facebook, Indian. WhatsApp, the guy who created Cree. Right now, he's the current how do you call it? The current Sugar Burgess making the current CEO of WhatsApp. That Google, the one from Google. He was with a father. The father was a electrical engineer in Chennai. All right, and the one from Cree that I stated, right? They are so on. Okay, we can go on to name people, name. All right. So again, we can be the best version of ourselves. But all what we need to do is that we need to practice the let give back to the society model. If we practice it, let's give back to the society model, then we are on a rightful path. We're living the best things and we're living the best footprint for our unborn. So again, we're urging everyone to take this bold step and take this initiative to do their best, to be at their best, and to act accordingly. If you get a rightful knowledge and education that is well deserving to get a proper job and start your life and career, you can go back home and you start from there. There are a lot of people who are here who finish their studies, everything, but yet and still they are still trying to find greener pasture. Greener pasture does not come that way. When you try, and not working, please go back home and make meaningful contribution towards the society. Liberia is all we have. If we don't develop Liberia, if we don't give back to Liberia, nobody can do it for us. And again, we cannot keep sitting back and making excuses for ourselves and allowing people to make decisions that will hamper our future and the future of our unborn. So again, we want to say when you come outside, you get a rightful education, you graduate, you get your degree, you get your transcript, all your necessary documents, migration certificates, all your necessary documents, whatsoever part of Asia, the Caribbean, Europe, and Americas, please help and return back home to help. Let's move the country forward. Again, if Liberia will change, it has to start with you and I. I'm not saying you, I'm saying you and I. I'm not exempted from it. My program is still ongoing. Once my program finish, trust me, I gotta go back home to start working and earning money. Yes, we're not getting younger, folks. We're not getting younger. Don't say, oh, the boy getting young. You just started getting young. No, nobody getting young. The time is fast spent. Every day that passes by, every minute that goes by. Even the Bible that we all read will say, well, redeem the time for the days are evil. And yes, the days are evil. So we have to redeem the time. So again, let's try our best, let's try our possible best to do the best we can. Stay out of trouble, have a blessed week, and again, we'll be back with another episode this coming weekend. And we hope and pray that the best out of best will come out of Liberia. We have some of the best doctors, the best nurses, the scientists, those are into oil and gas, those are who are into computer, those are who are into fashion, those who are into the different science field, all right, artistry works, right? Those who are into aesthetics, sports, some of the best athletes out there we have them, some of the best musicians out there we have them, but again, the mindset, all right, the I have arrived mentality, it always shorten things for us. So we have to make sure that we put ourselves out there. We have to make sure that we do things the rightful way, and it is something that is killing us. So we have to look into that light, and we have to make sure that we give back to the society. Liberia is all we have, people. Let's try as much as possible, and let's make meaningful contribution, and let's make sure that whatsoever that we are doing it the rightful way. If we're not doing it the rightful way, it becomes a problem for us. All right, it becomes a problem for us. We cannot succeed if we do not hold one another accountable. Again, we can't sit back always and allow people make decisions for us. We have to be part of the decision making. So I'm gonna stop here and allow Josiah Vanisano to do a closing, and then we'll call it a night. Over to you, Sano.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And let me once again say thanks for the show. And I'm sorry for the inconvenience for today, especially when it comes to the issue of positioning. Happy now and relax in my comfort zone. So let me just give my closing statement by beginning with thanking the audience for giving us that precious time at least to give that listening ears to issues of national concern. These are issues that are really trending today in our society because there are a lot of young people that are abroad who have expertise, who have reached their potential, and they don't want to come back to the country to invest because of the issue of political will, saying that oh, when I go back abroad, people already get because political alignment or they already have job for X, Y, and Z. Oh, I want to say this to the public and the resilient people of Liberia. If you have your potential, you have reached your full potential, and you are qualified, you are competent for a position. Stop limiting yourself to say, "Oh, politicians already have job for the people." Because if you look at the body politics of Liberia right now and the issue of infrastructure deficit, Liberia or every political party that want to come into power right now, they want expertise. They want people who are solution driven. Yes, because it's not just about Josiah reading environmental science or having masters in water resource environmental management. But how can Josiah with his expertise make water to be accessible, available, and affordable to Liberian citizens when it comes to the issue of decentralization, from taking it from the central aspect of decentralization aspect, that every Liberian will have accessibility to water, affordability, and accessibility. Because in developmental studies, things should not just be as available, they should be accessible and they should also be affordable. So the issue of we have three infrastructure. The three infrastructure are road, are water, are electricity. So that period, we need to or get rid of that issue of political development or political manifesto there. We have a rest agenda, we have the pro agenda, we have the intergenerational equity, we have the slogan from mouth to mouth, people retention council, or the struggle shall continue. In the course of the people, the struggle shall continue. Let Liberia have a national developmental plan. Ghana today have a national developmental agenda. Even CPC kind of power, other political party kind of power in Ghana. That agenda is set. This year, 2027, Ghana is only investing 75% of Ghana budget. Recast budget should be invested into agriculture. 2028, Ghana recast budget, everything 75% should be invested into what? Roads, farm to market road, and expressway. In a whole year budget, only road, 75% of that budget should go to road. The next year 2029, 75% of that budget should go to health. Because if we hit the critical infrastructure, these critical sectors that are of a necessity, you see that in the next 4 to 5 years, Liberia will get on a path of transformation. Will not be retrogressive, Liberia will be progressive. But if we depend on the CEC come with our manifesto, CEC come with our developmental agenda, Unity come with our Liberia is not going forward. Liberia will always retrogress. Because after the 6 year, after Unity 6 year, the following 6 year again, policy and implementation, CEC will won't change policy before they start implementing. Same thing that Unity is doing today, they won't change policy before they implement. So it will slow development. So if we are patriotic enough, let's have an agenda about 30 developmental agenda we'll have in 30 years. We can carry on our agenda, and in the next 30 years, same thing that China did, that China is on a path of development. Same thing that India did today, India is on a path of development. Same thing that Ethiopia did today, Ethiopia is on a path of development. Rwanda did it, Rwanda is on a path of development. Kenya did it, Kenya is on a path of development. So, like Brazil, the oldest nation in West Africa, let the political thing aside. Josiah Sano will not come out and be meditating, be singing battlecry for politicians. No, you already finished selling yourself. The issue of interdependence is diminished. You will not be independent, you will not be dependent. So the issue of dependency syndrome should be killed. Instead of giving me 20 hours every day running, I want you to empower me, educate me, let me be able to fish. So the issue of that political generally aside, for my closing statement, thanks to the audience for for giving us our attention. Thanks to the organizers for today. This is a very interesting discussion point, and I believe, and from my own perspective, we should have another show on this particular perspective where students abroad can even involve other institution like LINSU, we can involve institution like FLA, Federal Regional Librarian U, we can involve AOSR, we can involve LIPIZA, Librarian International Allowance, students from Rwanda, and other background for them for us to hear from them. So I'm willing to help with the marketing. I have other people that I can bring on board as well for that particular discussion point because this thing is very important of how Liberians abroad inequality education go back to invest on that brain drain issue. Thank you so much for the show tonight. I really do appreciate and I look forward to more cordial relationship to more shows like this. Thank you so much, Honorable Presiding, and the audience as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That was the voice of Josiah Vanisano, our team member there, joining from Delhi NCR, Greater Noida to be precise. He's the recent graduate of the Shada University. Yes, he bagged a master 2 days ago, and also you will hear Samuel voice again on another edition of not weekend, those premieres talk this weekend. Again, we'll be having another show this coming Sunday. So we hear Samuel again. And moreover, we have more time again to discuss the topic on the discussion. We want to say thank you for your listening time. Thank you for taking up your time, everything. The next time you hear my voice will be on a weekly dose. Have yourself a blessed night. Don't forget to lock your house. Make sure that you're safe, you and your family, friends, and loved ones. Bye bye for mine.